Cost allocation. Let's go back to the hospital again. Everything is working. The lab is active. The wards are full. The pharmacy is dispensing drugs. But during management meeting, a question is asked. Which department is costing us the most? And suddenly, no one has a clear answer. You know, money is being spent, but you don't know who is consuming what. And that is where cost allocation begins. What is cost allocation? Cost allocation is the process of assigning or distributing indirect costs to different departments, services, or units within an organization. In a hospital, many costs are shared. These costs cannot be traced directly to a single department, yet every department uses them. Cost allocation helps distribute these shared costs fairly so that each department reflects its true costs. Without cost allocation, costs are hidden, prices becomes inaccurate, performance cannot be measured properly. Example: the hospital pays one electricity bill, but electricity is used by the lab, the wards, and the theater. Cost allocation helps determine how much each unit should bear. Now, to understand this better, we must understand types of costs. Types of costs. Direct costs. Direct costs are costs that can directly be traced to a specific department, service, or patient. These costs are clearly linked into a specific activity. They are easy to assign and do not require allocation. Examples are drugs, lab materials, and surgical supplies. Indirect costs. Indirect costs are costs that cannot be directly traced and must be allocated. These are shared costs that support the entire hospital and must be distributed across departments. Examples are electricity, water, and costs. Administrative costs. Fixed costs. Fixed costs are costs that remain constant regardless of activity. These costs do not change with patient numbers. Variable costs. Variable costs are costs that change with activity. These costs increase as more services are provided. Semi-variable costs. Semi-variable costs are costs that have both fixed and variable components. These costs partly remain constant and partly change with activity. Now let's look at how hospitals organize themselves. Cost centers. A cost center is a department or unit where costs are collected and assigned. Hospitals are divided into departments, and each department consumes resources differently. Cost centers help track and manage these costs effectively. Examples: laboratory, pharmacy, administration, and wards. Types of cost centers. Revenue centers. These generate income for the hospital. Cost centers. These support operations but do not generate income. Profit centers. These allow measurement of both cost and revenue. Let's move on to cost pools. A cost pool is a grouping or individual cost for allocation purposes. Instead of allocating cost one by one, similar costs are grouped together to simplify the process. Cost drivers. A cost driver is a factor that determines how costs are allocated. Cost drivers explain why costs occur and how they should be shared. Examples: machine hours, number of staff, and floor space. Basis of allocation. The basis of allocation is the method used to distribute cost fairly among departments. It must reflect actual usage as much as possible. Methods of cost allocation. Direct method. It allocates costs directly without considering interdepartmental relationships. Step-down method. It allocates costs step by step across departments. Reciprocal methods considers full interaction between departments. Importance of cost allocation. Cost allocation helps determine the true cost of services, supports pricing decisions, and improves budgeting and planning. It also allows management to evaluate departmental performance and ensure efficient use of resources. Challenges. Difficulty in measuring usage. 2. Lack of accurate data. 3. Complexity of methods. 4. Resistance from departments. Now let's look at a scenario. When the lab complains it is overcharged, you must review allocation method, check cost driver, so that you can ensure fairness. This is Eric Podcast.